Hello everyone! Welcome to Room and Board. My name is Chris George, and today I thought it might be fitting to do another episode of Table Talk, inspired by Rodney Smith's series of the same name, since this week, Watch It Played celebrated 10 years of making content. Wait, and so did Shut Up and Sit Down on the same day. What is going on here? Is there a secret gaming cabal that I'm not aware? Oh, no, wait, there is, and they're not that secret about it. But is there an even secret gaming stonecutters-like society? I gotta do some thinking. Or has all this been put into plans so that 10 years from now, when I'm celebrating my 10-year anniversary, it'll be overshadowed by their 20-year anniversary? Cahoots! Conspiracy theories aside, if you're unfamiliar with the concept, for each episode I'll pick a topic that's related to the board gaming hobby and share my thoughts, and have you all comment below, and then I'll follow up that video at some point, dependent on the number of comments, with a table talk back video on the same subject, where I will compile all of those thoughts into its own video, and that way we can all participate in the conversation. So this week's topic is brought to me by, well, me. Kind of. It's always going to be me. Jeffrey Mishra Marzetti commented on the last video, "It would be great to do a video about how fast games seem to disappear on the marketplace once they're released and after getting some buzz." And while this was more in reference to shipping issues and print run sizes, it also got me thinking about what's referred to as the cult of the new. And that when a game does get a decent amount of buzz, as I get deeper into various gaming communities, it seems like we're all clamoring to acquire and experience this new thing as fast as we possibly can, until the next hot thing comes along and we repeat the process. But along those lines, and we could talk about whether or not the cult of the new thinking is good for the hobby. In one way, it keeps the industry looking to produce the next big thing, and it's great that there's always a market for that. On the other hand, it leaves people with collections filled with games that they haven't yet tried. But that aside, I'm more interested in the why behind this phenomenon. Because I think we can all agree that one great thing about owning a board game is the amount of fun you can have from it and the amount of plays that a single game can bring you, which is different from what singles games bring you. We talked a little bit about that in the last video in terms of calculating the value of a game by hours per player. And it made me start thinking if a good game should be endlessly replayable, or if games have a shelf life. A finite lifespan, a best before date, if you will. Now, this obviously discounts legacy games, so I'm not going to bring them into the conversation, but I'm curious about your thoughts. Do board games have a finite lifespan? Or how many times must you play it for it to be a worthwhile purchase? Now, with this question, I'm working with two assumptions. One, the cult of the new exists, and we will inevitably want to try new things in our lifetime. Unless you're my grandma. In that case, I swear I'll be calling you soon. And two, the general gameplay experience of any game will deteriorate, however minutely, over time. And this will happen for every game, even your favorite game of all time. It may be an incredibly slow deterioration. It might oscillate up and down or travel in a Jeremy Bearimy type fashion. And it might deteriorate slower than our own mortal bodies, making it appear like it's at a standstill. But there will be some change in the experience after you play it 10 times. 100 times, 1,000 times. I guess I'm just talking about Newton's second law of thermodynamics here. But in board game form, that everything will eventually grow cold and die. Now, that's a pretty bleak way of looking at things. And I certainly don't want this to be a morose discussion of our ever-fleeting mortality. My grandma's watching, come on. And also, I'm actually of the mind that this shouldn't be the case. That it is surprising that the cult of the new has such prevalence, because there are a lot of great games out there, and I want games to never have a finite lifespan. That's what they're designed to do, be played over and over again and give us a great experience every time. I think we all have those games that we could play endlessly. We might have many of them. But the reality of the situation is that even if you love pizza, and you can bet I do, I'm just unique that way. I love pizza. It's what makes my personality quirky. If I were to eat pizza for every day, for every meal, eventually I might grow tired of it. Now, in this moment, I don't think I would. I'd say, screw you, Chris. I'm going to eat pizza every meal, every day. Those who know me would agree. I think I could go a long time on just pizza alone. I'm unique. And it could take a couple of years, but eventually I might not enjoy pizza as much as I do now, and I might want a slice of pizza instead. A slice of pie instead. Damn it. I guess it's further away than I thought. But I feel like this thought can be applied to games. And not just the ones we love and where our love will outlast us, but the ones that we like. The ones in our collection that are waiting for the right time to be played. And is there a way to look at a game and say, oh yeah, I expect to get 10 plays out of this before I'm done with it, and I'm ready to move on to something else? With legacy games, this expectation is clearly defined. Pandemic Season 1, you get 12 to 24 games. That's it. And that seems like a low number to me, or a low goal. When I buy a game, I'm hoping I get more plays of it than that. But if I really take a look at my growing collection, there are probably fewer than I'd like to admit that have crossed that play count threshold. And this is also probably why I gravitate to games where interaction is a key element to the experience. People are unpredictable. Humans are the most dangerous game. Wait, does this mean I should start hunting? But games that focus on primarily solving a puzzle and don't have many elements to consistently shake up that puzzle, for me, sometimes I feel like they're on a time limit. Not because I don't enjoy the experience, but because I sometimes get the feeling that I've seen all that they have to offer. And there are games that I've actively stopped playing online because I enjoy them and because I want to share that enjoyment with friends and family. Soulkin is one of these games. Keyflower is another. I fear that they're going to become too stale for me if I play them too much. And so I have to choose when the right time comes around, timing those dips and letting time itself bring that experience level back up so that I can enjoy them fully once more. But is this the reason why the cult of the new is so prevalent? By diluting our game collection and with an unfortunately finite amount of time in our own lives to play games per week, per month, whatever the situation, we can keep our games as those almost perfect mysteries that they once were. We can maintain that excitement level, so we're always looking forward to pulling them off the shelf. And if we were to quantify it in such a definitive, calculating way, it could almost deprive us of the joy that not knowing this expiration date could bring. Or it could be the opposite. Why keep something around that's run its course? There's only a limited amount of time where things can be fresh and exciting. How many times do you watch a movie? Once? Maybe twice if it's really good? Is it fair to expect a completely different sort of thing with this type of entertainment? I don't know. I'm going to end it on those questions, and let me know what you think in the comments below. Do your games have an expiration date? Should all games be endlessly replayable? What makes a game replayable for you? What's the maximum number of times you could play a game and not get bored? Or does that intimate knowledge of the game, one so intense that you could almost play it literally in your sleep, just enrich the experience, since it's a place that few games are able to enter? Thank you so much for joining me on another one of these, and I'm very much looking forward to reading your comments and seeing what everyone has to say. Or if you don't have a comment on this, but you just enjoy the series, feel free to let me know, because I really enjoy hearing from you. But until next time, my name's Chris George, and to coin a familiar phrase, thanks for watching.